Yeah, so welcome back. In the last section we wrote, we just provided this little markup. Here, let's check it in the browser. Hopefully you saved the file. If you reload here, it should have been auto reloaded, but it's okay. You now see you have here the name field where you can do something. You have the species. You can select the gender. You can provide an age as type number. It's not allowed to type letters here. It's not a really nice markup. Let's improve it a little bit. To do so, let's say, I go for break here. I want to have a new line here. So I think this should look a little bit better now. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. And do not forget the button, please. So let's also provide the button right from the very beginning. So below the form, right here, I'm simply adding a button now. I'm using the HTML tag. And as I'm using Bootstrap, you can always improve your styling. I'm not the styling guy at this moment. But let's say we provide a button on success, and let's say send animal or create animal. I think it's better to create, or create new animal. Create animal. Okay, I'm okay with create animal now for now. So let's check. Yeah, as you can see here, this is our form. But as you might have noticed, our form is quite stupid now, because you can type, but how do you catch this? We don't have the possibility to somehow keep the data in the local memory. So what we need now is, we need to recognize this. And here comes the state into play. I will go into my animals list now to remove this little smiley comment here. Let's check the animals list pretty quick. Animals list in line 49. Yeah, just remove it to avoid the spamming of the console. Yeah, the pollution of the console, because I'm used to debug a lot. So yeah, we can type here now, we can add an age, we can select the gender, and wouldn't it be nice on the click here to create an animal. To do so, we will have to first collect all the data somewhere. And I think I mentioned it already. I think a good way to do it would it be to keep track of the state of the component, or to keep it in the state of the local component. So this component knows what has been written into this input fields. And to do so, I will make use of my constructor now, because I want to make use of state. So I'm writing the boilerplate thingies for my constructor, and here I will provide the state. It will be an easy state. You could do something like an animal here as an object, but don't let's make things complicated. Let's keep the easy things easy for now. So a quick reminder what we want to achieve. We want to store the name. So I want a field for the name in my state. Then we want to get something. We want to have a field for the species. So I will create a field for the species in my state object. Then I want to have something like a gender. Let's say the gender is also, let's set a default value for the sake of Christ. And also let's provide an age here. I simply name it age. So the fields are mapping to the corresponding inputs. Let's say the default age is null. So as you might know already, or I think you should know now, I know you do know, I'm pretty sure. If I log this state here at this moment, you know, I will write a animal add component, animal add component state, so that we know in the console what we are logging actually. And now as I refresh here, you can see my component now comes with yeah, a state. And the next thing I have to do is that I have to bind the usage of an input. I can type E because E is somehow like the hexadecimal number or something like this, you know. Yeah, let's bind at first to show you how this will work off. Let's write a simple method for that. As you might know, also this input here, it can have a value, yeah? And the value, I will set the value now as foobar, just to show you how to pass values into the input field here. And as you see, I provided the value of foobar into my input field. I'm expecting it now, if I reload, to be in the input field. Yeah, right here you can see it, and we get a warning. Yeah, we don't have an onChange handler. So just want to check you this. And what I want to do is, I don't want to make use of foobar here, but I want to show this state.name. Because what I want to pass into this field is the actual name, and the name is kept in the state. So yeah, I will pass this state.name as value to the input field. And if I refresh, yeah, there's nothing here because the name is empty now. Let's make a quick test. Let's name it quick test here in the name. So if you go for a name for quick test, we save it in the file. I expect now the value of this input field to equal this state. So if I go to my browser now and I reload it, as you can see, the quick test has arrived here in the field. Yeah. So now I made use of the state here inside my input field. And now that we have this value, let's check it out. Failed prop type, you provided a value prop to a form without an onChange handler. Interesting. OnChange handler. This will render a read-only field. If the field should be mutable, use default value. Ah, okay. But we don't want to use a default value. We really want to make use of the onChange method because it's an input field. It has a listener. You could check it out. But my IDE or my Visual Studio Code helps me here. As you can see, I have the onChange method bound to the input. So there is something I would like to do here. And as you will remind, it's now time to provide our own method. You know, I will comment this out for now. I think it's not good to use it before because it would give us an error in the console. Yeah, I know. So let's name the method onNameChange because this is what will happen. The name will change, and as the name changes, we want to keep track of the change. So what I want to do now, you already know the event. Let's check the event here. I will log it again. I guessed we made it like 4 hours ago, but just in terms of repetition, you know, I will write a method now. The method's name is onChange. I will provide it with an argument. You know, you can imagine this as an event, and I will log the event. This is everything I will do now. And to do so, I will make use of the onChange method here in the input, and here I will provide the onNameChange method. I will bind it to this to make sure that it's correctly filled with values. Let's check it out. Yeah, quick test is still, yeah, let's remove quick test before, just to, you know, let's reset the name to an empty value here. Let's reload, and now as I type, every time I type here, I get an action, I get a state change. So the component is re-rendered now. And but what I'm seeing in this console log right now is yeah, this event here. I will name it name change event. So this is the whole event. I think as you might can feel of, you know, every time I type now, I make a change event because this changes here. Let's open it and let's check out what is inside there. We have this target here, and then we have a lot of yeah, a lot of fields, you know. The solution here would be to ask for the event target dot value, because you want to get the value out of it. So let's check for the value. I think if I type here an R now, I should name an R, yeah, RE, you know, and every button press now here is the event, as you can see. And now I want to bind it to the state. To do so, you know, I will remind this. Yeah, let's remove this, and I want to this set state, and this set state is a method call, and I want to change the name field. So on the left side, on the key pair, I need to reference to the name, and then I go for event.target.value, and as I do so, yeah, let's check. You know, what happens now is that every time I click an event is triggered, I'm keeping the name here, or I'm yeah, getting the value out of it. As you see, the values were the single letters, and I add them to the name. So let's see what brings us this in the browser. Then yeah, let's remove this console log for avoiding the pollution. And then, as you can see, I'm using the native onChange method on the input of the input field here, and there I make use of the written method. I'm binding the scope to it, and yeah, let's check out. So, oh, interestingly enough, I'm writing these things. I'm not losing every single letter, but let's keep track of the name state now to end this section. So to do so, I will comment this in, and but I'm only interested in the name now, because I don't want to take care of the rest. So this animal's component state is what I'm returning in the render. So this is the initial load. As you can see, its empty component state is now followed by an empty string. So it's empty, and as I start to type, let's say I type Hans, as you see, I'm typing the H, so the state has bound the H, and I'm typing an A, so the state now applies also the A, and then I'm typing. As you can see now, my component perfectly keeps track of yeah, of the things I'm typing, and so yeah, I could type here. And okay, this is enough for the section. I will be right back. In the next sections, we will first bind the inputs fields, and then we will check how to track the selection here and how we can bind this to the state. Yeah. So I'll be